been personally back and forth whether I'll make this video or not, but here we are now. This will also have spoilers, so if you have not watched this movie, go check it out. It's worth the cinema viewing, the best the MCU has had to offer for a while, and it's worth the hype, okay? I'm going to bash the movie, but this film is actually worth the hype. But this is not even going to be a review. I just want to get this out of my chest, and it's just a major problem I have with this movie and just the MCU as a whole right now. Because I feel like the MCU, in my opinion, they are lost. They're lost in what they're trying to do, and I feel like they should just try and make a good film that can stand on its own. Which, like, I feel like the last really good MCU film was the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and that's a standalone film. Like, does it really connect with anything? No, apart from its other two subsequent movies. And I just feel like this movie could have been that and should have been that. There are so much things to love about this film, which I will talk about in the end, but I just feel like I'll let my heart out and just talk about what was bothering me in this movie. Which, the film at its core, it should be, and it is, the MCU's take of the Suicide Squad. Yes, I know everybody's tired of the Suicide Squad. We've had like a billion pieces of media of this thing. We want to see new things, new ideas. But I don't care. It's such a cool idea and concept, this rogue task force. And in this film, them just trying to, like, from the start, when they're trying to kill each other to get back at their ex-employer, it was just a genius way to start the entire movie. Honestly, the one main issue I had with it was the antagonist, and that paired with the conclusion as a whole. Yes, I'm nagging about the movie's final act again, but a film is only as good as its ending. And I'm going to come back to the fact that I feel like the MCU should just try and make a good standalone movie. They should make a good smaller scale film, because I feel like that is what they wanted to do for this movie, and you see it on here for majority of it till towards the end. But introducing a major character like the Sentry for this might have not been the best idea. I feel like they were doing too much with that. And it just being paired with also the final act, as I just mentioned, it was kind of boring, because we just get a better version of what the last Marvel film did, Brave New World. Because after the first encounter with the Sentry, which is a really nice scene, by the way, we all just clock like, yeah, they're not going to be able to beat him. Well, no shit. Because I just feel like the responsibility of the writers and everybody involved in this movie to make that final act still be enjoyable and make it a cool final encounter. I know different films and different everything, but I'm going to call out another Suicide Squad movie, Hell to Pay, which did have an overpowered character in the Reverse Flash. And I feel like they did a really good job to nerf the character, basically, because the characters in that movie were nowhere even close to as powerful as the characters here, but they still managed to balance it out with the power scaling. But at the end of the day, maybe this is just a me thing and it's just me having this problem, but it just felt very boring and lazy from my point of view, because it's not as exciting as seeing Yelena talk to this dude for the first time and you already clocked that, okay, it's going to be one of these movies that, like, he's going to be too powerful and they're going to have to talk to him and sympathize with him so they can take him down. Another issue I have stems with the fact that MCU movies are, as I mentioned, as I keep on saying, they're scared to make a smaller scale film, and it goes hand in hand with the first post-credit scene. Did we have to make this group like an Avengers? Like, yeah, it could easily change back to be another Thunderbolts, but that's the problem. MCU films just keep on doing different things and they just don't let it stick and be one thing. Can't we just have these good guy rejects, these quote-unquote bad guys, these vigilantes, whatever you want to call them? Can't we just have them be that, the Thunderbolts, not these big poster boy heroes? Because I wanted to watch another Thunderbolts or Thunderbolts 2, and I definitely think there's room to, like, explore these characters and push their stories way further. I think Florence Pugh was great as Yelena, while Russell's character to me is one of the best additions from the Phase 4 in my opinion. He was my favorite part of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show, and I want to see more of him in a smaller, down-to-earth media, and Bucky and Red Guardian stuff on this movie too were cool. And can we just see and explore more with Ghost? I know even Taskmaster, yes, they killed her in the movie. I want to see a new Taskmaster. They can easily make a new Taskmaster. And even in the future, maybe they can add more characters. A Punisher, maybe. Don't get me wrong, all these can still happen, especially with the positive feedback we get with this film, which, don't get me wrong, I still loved it. I just feel like this movie, as its core, the concept, the idea of this film, only being translated to a portion of it, which made it good, and the MCU just got its paws on it and tampered a bit too much with it. And I just wanted to rant about that, just that. Because yes, as I mentioned, the characters in this were great. The movie's visuals at times was just gorgeous until it took like its MCU steps and moved back. But the fight choreography also on here was just some of the best I have seen in the MCU in a while. And just the weight in the characters, most notably US Agent for me. Like when you see them fighting at like that first place in the furnace, Just the weight they give him with, because like he's like the only person there with the super soldier serum in his fight style. I just love seeing that being implemented on here. There were even moments of this that reminded me of stuff from like The Boys. I just feel like we're probably never gonna see that again, and you know, it's sad. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I want to know what you thought about the movie Thunderbolts. Don't let this rant deceive you. I think it's still a good film. I can definitely see myself rewatching this a bunch of times, but I just felt it could have been more. And isn't that what we want? Thank you again for watching. Bye.